Bafarawa replies El-Rufai, says, who told you not is supporting Tinubu? This now don't turn to fight among themselves in the north, because El-Rufai had claimed that the north is supporting Tinubu all the way. Okay, but now the dance is changing. This kind of chaos, there are two-pronged wahala now that is with APC. There is the internal crisis in APC because people are tired of supporting Tinubu, and there is also another one that is around the Northerners who claim that they are supporting Tinubu. Right now, some Northerners are saying no. One of them is actually Dogara, who is of the PDP. Okay, so it's quite interesting at this time. So now Bafarawa is now challenging El-Rufai and say, who told you that Northerners are supporting Tinubu? All right, who told you the North is supporting Tinubu? So now let's see what Bafarawa has to say more. Following the comment made by Governor Nasser El-Rufai that there are no elders left in the northern region of the country, a chieftain of the People Democratic Party, PDP, Atahiru Bafarawa, has said that such comment was an affront to the North and unpleasant for El-Rufai to categorize all as bad eggs. Yes. So El-Rufai had, in an interview with the BBC, claimed there were some elements sabotaging the All Progressive Congress APC under the guise of new Naira notes in a bid to affect the party's victory at the polls. The former Sokoto state governor, while reacting to El-Rufai's comment, said he was insisting that Tinubu must win the election whether people like it or not. They have already won. Who told him that the whole of the North is supporting the APC? That is the question. All right. This is just his opinion. In that case, he has no right to insist on the North because everybody has his candidate. All right. So the way he is campaigning for Tinubu, that is how we are campaigning for our candidate. But Bafarawa insisted that an individual does not have the power to impose his candidate on other people, saying we will shock them. We will make them understand that this country belongs to nobody, likewise the North. Wow. Bafarawa, while quoting El-Rufai, said, on the issue of elders, there is nothing like elders. I am also an elder. I will be 63 this 2023. So who are the elders in the North? That was what El-Rufai said. So we, the Northern governors, are the elders and we are the leaders of the North, said age does not indicate being responsible. He also noted that youngsters who reason well in their youthful exuberance are better than some who are 100 years if we are to consider age. He is talking about being 63. Doesn't he see that there are still elders left in the North? For us, we see that these comments are lacking in responsibility. His comments lack responsible and respect. What is expected of him are comments that can lead to the development of the North and the development of the country at large. El-Rufai talked about contesting for elections and winning. If this is what he referred to as being responsible, we have contested and won before him, he stated. Wow. So this is exactly what Bafarawa is saying, challenging El-Rufai for his comment that there are no more elders in the North, simply because people like Babangida, then Abdullahi Abubakar, and some of the retired generals and elders in the North are not talking the way they used to talk before this time around. So they are feeling frustrated that the elders in the North are not throwing their weight into some of the issues around the government. Okay, so after talking all this, now Bafarawa, the former governor of Sokoto State, has come out to let him know that
what he said lacks responsibility. Okay, you can't say there are no elders in the north. You can't impose your candidate on everybody. When you're campaigning, you better campaign in a responsible manner. Okay, that they all have their own candidates that they have to support. The same way El-Rufai is campaigning for APC, that is the same way they're also campaigning for their own candidate in the north. And El-Rufai, therefore, has no reason to say there are no more elders in the state. Because El-Rufai was saying that himself is turning 63 this 2023, and they themselves, the ruling governors of the northern region, are the elders of the region. That is not by age anymore. That if those people who are at their youthful age and are reasoning very well are better than the elders. Can you imagine what El-Rufai is saying? This is frustration hitting APC. Exactly what we see. The Bafarawa himself is of PDP, and he's standing on his ground that they are voting their own candidate as well. And no candidate has any right to, to impose himself on the citizens. And nobody has the right to impose his candidate on the people. That is what the Bafarawa is saying here. This country belongs to no one. That means it belongs to all. So El-Rufai should be making statements that will not divide the North, but rather should make statements that will unite the North and unite the entire Nigerians all together and develop Nigeria. Okay? So that is what Bafarawa is saying, all right? And is asking him here, who told you that the North is supporting Tinubu? Tinubu is not the only candidate that is coming for presidency. So, and it's not the consensus candidate for Nigerians. He might be a consensus candidate for APC, but not a consensus candidate for Nigerians. All other political parties have their own candidate to support as well. So he should talk of his own and not generalizing it all over the North. That is what Bafarawa is saying here. And that makes sense, all right? Because right now, we are seeing desperation in their campaign, starting from the spokesperson of APC up to the APC presidential candidate himself, which is Tinubu, and up to Rufai himself. In fact, of everybody in the North, I think it's Rufai now that is carrying the whole thing on his head. Okay, so El-Rufai need to actually watch his statements and be careful for what he's saying, because now they are now talking like desperados. So that we are seeing some sense of desperation in their campaign strategy, and negative desperation because of the way they are talking, their utterances. And this is the reason the National Broadcasting Commission has fined TVC in Lagos for airing and broadcasting inflammatory statements made by Tinubu and Festus Keyamo. Okay, so the social light is beamed on them. Everybody is watching them, and they know that nobody is going to vote them, because the more they talk about APC, the more life is becoming difficult for average Nigerian. And so we know that they are out, their game is up. They should get ready to leave and never to come back. That is the issue. So that is the issue. So Bafarawa here has stated and confirmed that the whole North is not supporting Tinubu because everybody has his own candidate. All right. And he's saying that it will shock APC what will happen in the North and what will happen all over the country. So it will shock them. Okay. And then they will see that APC is already out and has no chance of winning this election. That is a very good one coming from Bafarawa. A very neutral statement. Okay. He said we will shock them. We will make them understand that this country belongs to nobody, likewise the North. Okay. So it's ready. Everybody is ready to make sure that APC does not come back to power again. That is the truth. So thank you for listening. That is a statement coming from Bafarawa, former Sokoto State Governor and a chieftain of the People Democratic Party.